Hey guys, this is AgentMindStorm, and welcome back to my survival series. Last episode was the video right after an update came out, and we made ourselves 10 shulker boxes. Now, in between episodes, it's been 2 weeks because, let me explain why I've switched this series from once a week to once every 2 weeks. It gives me more time to prepare in between episodes. I just completely butchered that sentence, and it gives me more time to prepare, and it also lets me think about what I want to do in my next episode, because sometimes I just don't know what to do. And it also leaves room for another series, which is the Adventurer's Dream series. But anyways, guys, in between episodes, I have done quite a few things. First off, I finished the enchanting room. Now, the bookshelves are lined up nicely. You can see the whole window. This room's lit up nicely. The glass is nice and finished. And I also did another thing out here. If you look right there, that is because on my roof, there was a really ugly little bit sticking out because the roof of the stairs actually sticks out a little bit. So my solution was to put a smaller box right there, and now it looks really interesting. I think that's definitely improved the look and feel, even if it doesn't serve too much of a functional purpose. Now, another thing I did in between episodes was I went and enchanted this pickaxe, and it's the curved blue stick, and that's now my main pickaxe, the one with silk touch. My previous main pickaxe was the ultimate pickaxe, which is what I named it, and it had fortune, but silk touch is much more useful because I can pick up ender chests. And now the way I enchanted this with mending and unbreaking and efficiency 5 is I enchanted it with another unbreaking 3 efficiency 4 pickaxe, and for the mending book, what I did is I used a little glitch that I found. If you only have one item of what a villager wants in your hotbar and the rest is in your inventory somewhere, they'll only take the one item in your hotbar. So I basically only had to pay a little bit of paper to get a whole bunch of emeralds, and it's kind of a glitch, so I'm not using it anymore. And yeah, so I try not to use glitches in this series because then it kind of ruins the fun. And except for like ice boats that are obviously way more fun. So basically, something else that I've been hard at work at in between episodes is the ocean monument. It is becoming very near fully drained. Let me show you what I mean. Also, we really do need to work on this nether hub sometime, but not this episode. Definitely not this episode. That's for some other time, because this episode we're still working on our house. But then if I go over to the ocean monument, with which I absolutely love this tunnel, it's just so great because I don't have to spend I spend almost no time on my trip to the ocean monument now, and it's so great because I used to have to spend like multiple minutes of good recording time just traveling to the ocean monument, and now I don't. So, when we get here, you can see that a very big change has been made. I have cleared out everything up to just this little bit of water here. This corner is completely gone. This corner is fully drained. It's amazing. And Frostwalker is not working for some reason. But wow, guys, we can see this full corner of the ocean monument, and there's just a little bit of water left. It is so crazy. This ocean monument is coming along so well. And also, this bridge is the worst thing I have ever constructed. It's wood, dirt, endstone, purple, and cobblestone in one build. Now, the last thing that I did in between episodes, or at least last of the many important things, of course, is I went and named all of our shulker boxes. So as you can see, they all have names, and let me just read them off now. So we got the redstone box that's red, and you know what, let me just take them all out for now, because that's something else I'm going to be doing. They're all stored in my ender chest, and I just have to keep an ender chest on me, and a silk touch pickaxe, and I can basically have access to my whole inventory of shulker boxes at any moment, and I also don't have to worry about losing them when I die. So here's the redstone box, then we've got the blocks box, which most of these I were using to transport stuff from the ocean monument to somewhere else, like a lot of these chests have been emptied. Then, oh, why is it lagging? Oh yeah, and some people were mad that I exit and save on a lot of series, so my solution is to have disable autosave on. But I don't know what's happening here. I think this might be autosave, because sometimes autosave's really, really weird. Okay, autosave has finally fixed. So, those are 2 shulker boxes, but I don't use them too much. Then we've got the tools, weapons, and armor box, which I do use. It's got smite 4, It's got the old ultimate pickaxe, it's got the fishing rod, it's got a flint and steel, and it's got my old boots with depth strider. So that's a very useful box. And then I've got the magenta miscellaneous box 2, and I've got my miscellaneous box 1 here. So this is just anything that I don't have time to go and sort. I can just chuck in these boxes. Then I've got so there's those ones. Then we've got the mob loot box. So for any mobs that I kill, it's green. Then we got the white one, which is materials, so anything I use to craft with. We got the transportation box, which is the elytra. It's going to have boats in it eventually. And then we've got the valuables box, which is basically everything that used to be in my ender chest. So we got diamonds, golden apples, a wither skull, horse armor, which isn't too valuable, a saddle, 9 gold ingots, 5 iron ingots, 22 emeralds, and an enchanted book. This is one valuable shulker box. And then the last one is very useful. It's an ocean monument box. Everything that used to be in this chest is now in here. So we've got all of our sand, our sponges, and our guardian loot all stored in one shulker box. So I can carry it all around at once. It's quite a useful idea that I had, and it's very nice for when I just need to easily access all of my stuff. And it's just, I love shulker boxes, guys. Best addition to Minecraft in such a long time. So now we need to head back to our base, and I am out of fireworks. That's something that happened, because today what we're going to be building is, in fact, a brewing room, and it's going to attach off our enchanting room. So that's kind of like our magic branch of our house. It's got the enchanting and brewing, and I might even make an anvil room if I feel like it. But, so over here, back to here, and now let's head back to my house so we can actually start working on it. And also, they did change how the wool palette looks, so some of the wool stuff that we have in this world isn't too good. Luckily, we don't have too much wool, but banners are changed a little. So, when we oh, hello. He does not seem to notice me because of glass. I mean, glass sure is nice, isn't it? It's nice that ghasts don't shoot at me either. So, here we are, and also something I did in between episodes, and completely forgot to mention, is I surrounded my house in endstone, so it kind of looks like when I plopped in, all the ground around my house turned into endstone right away. And as you can see, it looks quite cool. And over here, I think you might have seen this or not, I don't know. And then over here, we've got it all on this mountains, and I planted some chorus plants too, and I used end rods like torches. Quite a nice house we've got going here. And then let's head back and start building our new part of the house, which is going to be the brewing room. So this is the enchantment room, and we've got a nice spot right here to make a spot up for the brewing room. So now, now it might connect with this part of our house. So, I have an idea. Okay, so we're not going to build it through there. We're going to build it up here, but that's kind of, okay, we're just going to do it here. Because, you know what, forget it. So, this is good, and then we're going to have to build, now we're going to start with our box shape, I guess, because that's probably the easiest way. We outline it with purple, and our house is going to look so strange by the end of what we're building it, and that's kind of what I'm going for. Now, it's not supposed to look ridiculously weird, because it's still supposed to look like a house, but it's definitely not going to be any house that anyone's ever, seen before or tried to build before, because it's quite a crazy house, and I've forgotten how to craft pillars. Okay, we need slabs, yes. Okay, lots of slabs, and then we need to go here and craft the pillar out of the slabs. There we go. Why was that so difficult to find? This might not even be enough pillars, honestly. Just 40 might not be enough, but that's fine. So we need to come over here now, and where should we do this? How should we do this? And I think it's going to start with one right here, and that's just going to come along right here. And now, I want this to be kind of not having the same situation as, let me show you over here. So this is how the box looks from on our house. I don't want that to happen again, so we're going to attempt to do everything we can to not make that happen again. So now we kind of have to build up here, and then we will want to build higher, because remember, this is supposed to be higher than the other one, so we're just going to build up a few blocks, and you know what? We need to have it up here, so we shouldn't have this little pillar thingy down here, because it's unneeded. So let's just remove it. Now, I've got to be very careful with efficiency 5, because it's insta-break for endstone bricks, and that can really mess it up when I'm trying to only break 1 or 2. It's kind of annoying, actually, but that's fine, whatever. Efficiency 5, you know? So, now, the way we will need to connect this I just had a great idea. What if we had two separate little boxes, and one of them is like just a connection between our other house? Kind of like that, but we do it on purpose this time. I think that could be quite great, and we should be building out of purple stairs here because we do not want this ugly endstone brick. I really wish they made endstone brick stairs. That would really help with my house, but whatever, purple's fine. So we're going to come up here, and now this is going to be like a connection room, and it's going to kind of turn here, and then we're going to go up here again. So I think this is quite interesting, and it's going to be difficult to pull it off and make it still look good because of how close we're going to our first part of our house, but I think we might be able to make it work. So this is very ugly. We do not need this pillar here. We don't want it to be overlapping on our original house layout too much, so it's quite difficult to pull this off. So now I think this is where we want the room to start properly, because we can have it connecting to the bigger box, and it still won't look too weird. So what we're going to do is probably build like this, and then we need to actually, once again, start with the outline, shell, whatever you call it, of the actual part that we want to build. So this probably is where we're going to put the pillars across. That's good, and it actually kind of lines up with our original house. So how big do we want the brewing room? That's what we need to think about here. So we don't want the brewing room too big, because it's just a brewing room. But the issue is, we do need enough space for a lot of things. So that's what we got to figure out here. And also, let's just finish these stairs right now. I know that the stairs are something I could easily do in between episodes, but you know what? Whatever. So right there we go. Those are some nice... Now, actually, yeah, once again, we're going to have to figure out how to do this whole box thing later. But, so we want... Yeah, this is probably a good size here. We're just going to get a normal purple... Actually, no. Bam, pick block, and bam. There we go. Pick block in survival. What a useful feature. I can just pull it out of my inventory without having to go through it. I just gotta remember to use it more, basically. That's the only thing stopping me from using pick... Oh, man, I have to destroy this thing? That's unfortunate. You know what? Let me just... No, I won't destroy that bulb. Let's just break that. There we go. That's unfortunate. Whatever. So now we need to place a block here, because this is going to be the corner. And that didn't destroy the purple, or the chorus plant, luckily. I thought that might destroy it, because some plants, like the cactus, are kind of weird next to other blocks. Luckily, the chorus plant is not one of them. So we're just going to keep building this way, and I think... Yeah, this is good. Just a little... Good. Just a little... Good. Just a little... Good. Just a little... I cannot speak today. I just started, like, speaking in some sort of other language. That's just so... Why can I not talk today? So anyways, now, we gotta remember that actually, this might be a little too small, because we gotta remember how much of this room we're actually making, so, no. Okay, so, pillar goes here, and it's gotta go, like, this far. That's probably a much more realistic amount that we want to go out than before, because now we actually have space to do stuff. Because we gotta remember how big the enchantment room is just for, like, enchantment room. And, yeah, this is definitely gonna have to come down now. I'm very sorry, chorus plant. You were cool while you lasted. So, I am gonna have to move that chorus plant, unfortunately. And you know what? I should go down and pick this stuff up before it despawns. We do not want all this purple stuff disappearing, because we do need it for later, and I don't have too much of it right now. I should go and tear down part of the end city again sometime. But let's just head up here, and look at how nice these stairs are now. Oh, I love that stairs. So, now... We're going to just work on this, and this chorus plant, I just think it's in a very unfortunate position for what we're doing today. So, break you, and then do that. There we go. So, we probably don't want it too tall, but once again, we gotta really be careful about how tall we make this. So, we're not going to work on the shell too much now. Basically, I cannot talk again. I just cannot speak today. I need to slow down, and talk slower, and calm down. And now, basically, guys... 4J announced, or, like, sneakily showed, that there's going to be colored beds in the next update. So we can have a purple bed to fit in with our purple theme, and it'll just be so much better than this terribly ugly red bed that just sticks out, and it looks so terrible. And it's much better to talk slow like this, because then I can think of what I'm saying before I say it. Okay, so let's head back down to our bed. And here it is. See, just look how ugly this is against all the end stone and purple. And it's gonna look so much better when it's a purple bed and it fits in with the purple. Purple, purple, oh my gosh. But here we go. And we should tear off the corner of this now, because that's how it works when we're doing this corner stuff. We just kind of tear off this little corner skeleton place. And this is something else I'm going to have to work on in between episodes as well. There's so many things I just have to do in between episodes because I can't do them in episode. But one of the things that we can work on now is probably actually getting some of the stuff into the brewing room. So here is the layout of how the inside of our brewing room, the size of it. So that's definitely big enough and good enough for a brewing room. That's good. Good thing we made it the right size, because I really don't plan all this stuff out before recording, guys. I just kind of start recording with a general idea of what I want to do. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes I just can't talk and have to really slow down. So I think we might want to work on the stairs portion now, because we're not actually going to work on the brewing portion, because that would take too much time and effort for now. So let's just put this pillar here, actually, because there we go. Now this room's got the 4 little pillars on the sides, corners, whatever. And now we need to just start figuring out a way to make this stairs look like a proper part of the house. So I guess we need to tear off this end rod. Really? Really? It's going to do that to me? Whatever. Fine game. So now we got to remember, our house is a weird, weird shape. And this is just one of the examples of things I have to do to cover up the weird shape and still make it fit in. I have to do these weird block thingies, like big blocks of end stone, and just to make them sort of fit in with the rest of the house's design. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. Like, what is even going on here? That looks so out of place. Let's fix that now. Some things I need to consider, and sorry about that notification. I just really need to start remembering to mute my device before I start recording, and you know what, that'll be okay, because we can just, no, you know what, that's ugly, so we need to do this now. And see, that's the issue here. I am running out of endstone bricks as well, and that's not good. So now we need to start working on the little outline of this part. I call it an outline. I should come up with, like, a proper name for these purple thingies we have going around the corners and outsides of this house. How about supports? Because that's what we can say they are. They're purple supports. And another notification. Why does this happen to me? It is very, very annoying, especially since I have to record with my tablet. I mean, like, I'm not recording with a professional microphone or something. I'm just using my tablet here, so it's going to get a bunch of notifications if I don't mute it. And, okay, so here's our little endstone thing, and we need to just, once again, find a way to make it look good. Like, this needs to go. This isn't even showing, so it's fine to tear out. This, can it go? Can it not? It can go, okay. And then we can just build up this here. So we need the stairs to basically be finished on the inside and the outside. Usually when I'm building a house, I don't worry about the outside too much. But now that we're building, like, the house that we're going to have for the rest of the series, I kind of have to think more about before I do stuff. Because we can't end up with an ugly house for this series. We gotta have a great-looking house. And it can't be, like, a terrible thing because we just couldn't afford to live in a bad-looking thing the whole series. It's just not good. And also, this needs to raise up a block. There we go. And I think that this brewing room space is looking pretty good. And we're basically just preparing for what we're going to do next episode, because next episode we are going to be finishing the brewing room, or at least putting brewing stuff in it. But the most important part of any house is the building the actual house, because we can't just put a brewing stand out in the open. Oh, sure, we could, but then it might just get blown up by creepers or something. And so, there we go, we can sprint down these stairs without hitting something, and I think they look pretty good. I don't know what happened here. That's kind of weird. If I put... Yeah, then I am very confused. We'll just leave it. No one looks at the ceiling anyways. So, there we go. We've got a very nice house outline supports combination here. And now we just need to get rid of this purple thing because we don't need it. And I think that these stairs are looking good. I'm glad I'm reasonably good at thinking about how to build things on the spot, because or else I would be really bad, and I'm out of end stone bricks. Well, that might about signal the end of the episode, because running out of materials, then I would have to go all the way to the end city to get some more. So let's just finish what we can do with these supports, I guess, because that's what we decided to call them. And then we can have a nice looking house. So, I'm not a fan of that. That looks very bad. So now, oh wait, I see. Okay, we do need that. So we are just gonna have to accept. There we go. That looks much better now. So, yeah, wait. No, never mind. We're not supposed to have that. Yep, that is the end of this episode, guys. We're basically out of materials. We've got 3 end bricks here, but that's not enough to finish what we were going to do. So, yeah, guys, thanks for watching this episode of my survival series. We didn't accomplish too many big things this episode, but I think we did pretty good for how much time we had. So for now, I do want to tell you all, thanks for watching, and I will see you later.